Good day, everyone. My name is Sai Kumar. My topic for the group project presentation would be mining the FP tree for frequent item sets. So after the construction of an FP tree, what we do is we start from each length one pattern, that is the initial suffix pattern, construct its conditional pattern base, that is a sub database of transactions which contain the suffix pattern. Then the pattern base excludes the suffix pattern from the transactions, which are the prefix paths. We reorder the items in support in support of the in support descending order. We build a conditional FP tree. Then the pattern growth is achieved by concatenation of the suffix pattern with the frequent patterns generated from the tree. Here we consider the minimum support for the frequent pattern generation. So let us assume that we have an FP tree, this FP tree after its construction is completed. What we need to do is we need to find all the paths leading to the item for each item inside the tree. The elements here are F, C, A, B, M, P. Now, let us consider the item P. We could find all the paths F, C, A, M, P and the C, B, P. Now, we could see the paths for P, F, C, A, M, and C, B here as well. So the number beside the path is the item count for P at that particular path. For example, consider the path CBP. Here the count of P is 1. So we have written it as 1. So similarly, for M, we have FCAM, FCABM. For B, we have FCAB, FB, CB. For A, we have FCA. For C, we have FC3. So here the item F doesn't have a predecessor. Hence, we directly take the count of the item F. Here are all the paths that were obtained from the previous step. Here are the paths for P, for M, for B, and for A. These are the individual paths for each item inside the FP tree. Now, we remove the element we are currently considering, and the remaining transaction would become as follows. For item P, the transactions FCAMP would become FCAM. The CBP would become CB. For item M, the transactions FCAM would become FCA. FCABM would become FCAB. For item B, the transaction FCAB would become FCA. The transaction FB would become F, and the transaction CB would become C. For item A, the transaction FCA would become FC. Similarly, the other two transactions also become FC as well. These are called the prefix paths for each item inside the FP tree. So at this juncture, we have the prefix paths for the FP tree for each item. Now, we build an FP tree based on the new transactions formed in the previous step. We can observe the new FP trees for each item on the screen now. So based on the prefix paths here, we have obtained the new FP trees for each item. The numbers beside each letter are the count of each item and its appearance inside the previous transactions. Now, what we do is, looking at the trees, we find each item which has a minimum support as 3. Here we are considering the minimum support as 3. Then we start from the top of the tree and write the count by including the item which we have removed previously. The item which we have removed previously is the element for which we were building the prefix paths for. Here, when we want to find out the count, we include the removed item as well. So for P, the item set would be P3, CP3. So for M, the item set would be these. For B, there are no previous items which have the minimum support count 3. So we have the item set B3 only. For A, these are the item sets. For C, these are the item sets. For F, similar to B, we just write the count of F, which is 4. Here, we are able to find out the item sets for the FP tree, which we considered initially. Thank you very much for listening to this. Have a great day.